Good morning, everyone. Several weeks ago, a friend told me that earlier in the school year I predicted I'd be here making this speech. Now, I have absolutely no memory of this, but being here and talking on this day has been a dream of mine since I attended my first Mercersburg graduation ceremony my 10th grade year. Please do not judge me for not attending my freshman graduation. Thank you. However, regardless of my wishy-washy graduation attendance, I want to make it very clear that this day is important. And even though this year's ceremony, or lack thereof, is unconventional, to put it in a word, I'm going to do my best to honor our crazy, unusual, wonderful class, 123 of the most special people I've ever had the privilege of meeting. On a day late in August 2016, a little Montana boy and 77 other new 9th graders arrived on Mercersburg's campus. Some, who are now the people I look up to because holy Toledo, excited for the next few years, and others, like me, terrified for the unpredictable future. We were suddenly in the confluence of quite a few historic places, being an hour and 15 minutes, 2 if you use school transportation, from DC, 3 from Philly and Pittsburgh, and less than an hour from Gettysburg. Therefore, at the beginning of my 9th grade year, when I stepped out of the rental car onto that nameless thermometer-looking bit in front of Tippett's, breathed in the hot, wet, cow-infused air that was so different from my Montana home, I thought, wow, I'm in a region somewhat near Maryland's 6th largest incorporated city. I knew nothing. But regardless of my knowledge, on September 4th, me and this new crew of kids, along with Mercersburg's brand new head of school, the lovely Ms. Titus herself, began their first academic year, searching for love deep within a pile of shrimp and calling everyone Danielle as we complimented their white vans. As the year continued, many of us dabbed far more than we should have. Fjallraven backpacks appeared to be physically bound to half the girls in the school. And that spring, we had our very first big class event, a lock-in in the brand new Hale Fieldhouse, where we raced in sacks and ate far too many chips, laughing together like the family we had come to be over our first year. As 10th grade dawned, our class nearly doubled in size, an inundation of one-year Europeans and many more, quite a few of whom are still here today, stirring up the dynamic we had formed over our first year together. Something so brilliant about Mercersburg, though, is the enacting of the proximity principle, a sociological phenomenon which states that those physically near each other are more likely to form meaningful relationships. I can say with absolute confidence that these brand new members of our class were exactly what we needed, a part of our recipe as important as chocolate chips are to banana bread. Some of these people are my closest friends, and I'm eternally grateful for the contributions you've made to both our class and my own life. You know who you are. 11th grade spelled our first time in a bit of the spotlight, the year filled with standardized testing, AP classes, and a mold invasion that caused the evacuation of 2 dorms. It was wild, to say the least. We sat in our rooms blasting Havana, I Like It, and In My Feelings through AirPods as we studied our behinds off, college applications beginning to breathe down the backs of our necks like rabid hyenas. Suddenly, things like oat milk were on the forefront of societal conscience, and Sage Dining introduced the gluten-free bar, a saving grace for those of us who can't eat normal people food. Then, the class of 2019 graduated, and we were left with an odd 2-week-long period at the end of the year in which we had plenty of time to, 1, stress about our last set of spring exams and upcoming APs, and 2, realize that we were it, the oldest class on the eve of our last year at Mercersburg. Finally, our senior year had come. We've gotten into college, made it through this year's incredibly disappointing winter, tasted our school's bespoke ice cream flavor, and been champions of all kinds. We've been Student Diversity Leadership Council ambassadors, world travelers, all-maple athletes, witnesses to change in school and world policy, musicians, declaimers, dancers, auctioneers, actors, pretzel pie eaters, nationally recognized authors and artists, participants in one of the most concerted worldwide health efforts in human history, friends, a loving community, and, throughout all of it, kind people. This, our wonderful, beautiful senior family, is graduating from Mercersburg today and moving on to our next chapter, into a world far removed from our big, beautiful blue bubble. My message to you, you being anyone who is here, who is listening, who is excited for the future of both your academics and your life, is to jump in headfirst. Be a part of a community, any community, and you will find strength, friendship, and love. The people around you are your support. All the places you inhabit are your home. And as this little Montana boy and 122 others exit this institution, leaving it in the hands of the next capable group of seniors, we support you. Thank you. I will miss you all so incredibly much.